to promote a business by actually, helping them to advertise their outfits and other things. What do you call that? What again, please? What do you call that? Or is it like Phyna actually paid Groovy? Did Phyna pay Groovy? Sorry, did Groovy pay Phyna when she was helping Groovy to advertise his product? I mean,
that's what I'm even more confused about. Was that all he came to? Was that one he came to?
You asked me a question that how did Phyna support Groovy, and I'm telling you how. You're asking me if that's a game. You are confusing me. Please.
That's one.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I beg, see, you don't know what you
What legend is clueless?
You don't understand.
Okay, first of all, I don't want to into that. What legend? Don't piss me off now. Just wait your mind.
What legend? Just hold on, please. Let her speak. She was supposed to speak before you, please. HQ, go ahead.
I don't like it when people don't know what they are saying. You make everything very weird and awkward. Okay. First of all, Ayokunle, you opened your mouth and you were talking complete nonsense. But that one is not what I'm going to start talking about yet. Based on what you guys were talking about, the whole when Phyna was posting Groovy stuff, was that a game or was Groovy playing a game or whatever? If you watch the show very, very well, Phyna said in that interview that her feelings were genuine. Then she saw or she heard what she heard, and she decided to adjust. And she still liked him, but she decided to be more focused on the game. And that was what she said that she did. So now, after she said that, the next thing that I'm hearing is that now people are saying that, okay, Groovy played the game too. This one, that one happened, that she heard from other people saying that Groovy was doing it to... I'm not going to speak here because, I don't know anything about that. What I know is what we watched in the house. Did Phyna like Groovy? Yes. Did I know? Yes, he did. That's what I know from the house. And now, people coming out here to argue anything differently, I don't know what you people are talking about. Phyna may have been hurt by different things that happened on the show or what she heard from her fans, probably the ones that don't have sense, that they don't know how to explain different situations to her. I don't know whatever happened, but the point still remains that after the house, whether it was a game or it was not a game, they came out of the house and they continued to be together. So if we're going to talk now and say, okay, whatever they did in the house is a game, let's shut down everything that happened in the house. They still came out of the house and they were together. She was posting pictures of him the same way he was posting pictures of her. Videos of him the same way she was posting, he was posting videos of her, of them doing things together, of them in different parties that we were getting and seeing different things happening between the both of them. So now, what I'm trying to say now is if it was a game inside the house, and we all agree on that part, then outside the house, are you still playing a game? And if you're playing a game, who are the people you are playing a game for? Because it's the same Phyna that was on the space. For people that are saying that, Groovy did not support her because he was not posting whatever. I don't even know what you guys were saying. He was not posting. She said it on the space multiple times. She was like, she's always going through some things, and sometimes when her and Groovy are talking, that it's not only about relationship, that he actually makes her redirect her to have to business focused things, and she goes to him to ask him questions, to ask for assistance, and just to get his own ideas on different things. And if you're in a relationship, that's what you expect that a man and a woman will do together. They will support you if you have any questions, in ways to make you better yourself. And even in the interviews, she also mentioned that she is very hot-tempered, and most of the things that he posts on Twitter usually gets to her. And he usually talks to her no, you should not focus on this, you should not really come out to post this. But obviously, she did not really listen to most of them, and most of it got to her, and she was still learning how to navigate everything. And he was constantly getting fed up, which is very valid on both ends. On one end, you have somebody that is still new to the whole fame thing and is not really know how to navigate and also their personality is very hot-headed and let's reply fast. And then you have another person that is cool-headed, that is like you don't really have to reply to all these people, they don't matter. And then you put them together in a relationship. Obviously, sometimes one of them is going to be getting fed up with the other because the hot-headed one will be like, oh, you don't understand me, like I have to reply these people. The other person that is cool-headed will be like, babe, you don't have to reply these people, they don't matter. So you can have regular relationship clashes. That's not what we're going to come on space to not be talking about. Like, there's some things that we have no right as people that were not in their relationship to talk about, and I feel like that's one of them. But what Phyna did in the interview was open the gate for people, senseless people, idiots, useless people, and some people that don't have any form of self-reflection to now open their mouth to speak on things that we are not aware of. And that's why you will have people like rap legend saying, Phyna, what did Phyna do for him? And then you have another person like whoever finished on school talking about, Groovy not doing anything to her. Or Ayokunle saying that he did not like her in the house and he should have left her alone, this one, that one. You don't have any right to say anything like that. If you are going to be talking about the game and you focus on what happened inside the house, that's fair. But now outside the house, what are you talking about? We did not have a chance to see them 24/7. We did not see anything that was going on. And now one person is now giving their side of the story. And then Blessed is opening her mouth to say that because you're a woman, we should do what and what. All these gender things you guys like bringing up on space, I hope you know that it actually makes no sense. If it's two women in a relationship, you will have to listen to both sides of the stories. That is how resolution works. You cannot just be coming up here to say, because this one, let me believe her. No. Nobody's saying you should doubt her. The thing is, you should say, okay, what is the other side of the story? That's how you will get a full story. That's how you will get a complete picture. Because at the end of the day, we do not know what was happening in the relationship. If you're having issues with your husband, and your husband goes and tells one person everything, and then the person now calls you and is shouting at you and saying, so this is what you did. In your brain, you'll be thinking, why did you not allow me to speak and tell you my own side of the story of what happened or what it actually is? You have to be rational in these kind of situations. Because it's only one person that I've been talking. Because I believe that one person that is constantly talking about this thing is giving the fans, it's allowing the fans to cross their boundaries a lot. And I don't think that if you wanted a private relationship, coming out now to talk about everything that happened on your own side of the story, and it's always bad. I don't think that that's fair. Anybody will look at that as, wait, are you a pained person? Like, are you still heartbroken for that reason? Because I remember when she used to talk, when everything was still going very well for both of them, and she was always, I don't have to be fighting any finish on those periods. Because she would just say nobody should fight. I know what I'm doing. When it's done, I will say that it's done. It will probably just still be cool with each other. But he helps me. Like she's be the one that will come out and say he helps me. You guys don't know. You don't see it. He's somebody that supports me a lot. She says it in most of her spaces. So maybe you have forgotten about it, but you don't forget about it. So excuse me if I'm not somebody that will now hear her saying this thing and I'll be like, why should I not believe this? Are you now saying I should not start questioning what she said earlier? And if you guys that are believing her now, why did you not believe her then when she said that Groovy always supported her and that you should stop dragging him and that his family was there for her and he did all those things for her? You want to pick and choose what you believe or what you feel is right or wrong. And then you now want to come and make tweets, or you want to now make decisions or conclusions based off of that. And then if anybody now comes and be rational about it, is that, this person you're supporting who? You don't like this person, you don't like that person. By the end of the day, it's a relationship that we're not privy to. And if one person is the one constantly giving us the information, it should give everybody the room to think that, okay, wait, what is going on the other side? Since both of you were in a relationship, it is common sense and it is very, very justified that we should also be like, pause. What does this person have to say about this? Okay, that means this thing is not adding up. But instead of to be going with that and saying, okay, there's something that's not adding up here. Stories are not matching. Let's really just take a step back and maybe either two of them settle it on it. Or if we are talking with people that actually have sense and come from a very objective point. A relationship in the house, down in the house. I'm not going to come up here and start to you people that they were in a relationship, they had each other in the house. is on it. And these people that are coming on this space now to want to question and bash everything. You know, this is why they say you should never go take Shiba seriously because they're not loyal. I mean, you really should not. But we understand that there is, you know, you like one person more, you'll be very biased towards one person, and that's very understandable. But your biasness should not still make you lose your mind.
There was no one to
should have not one legend mute your mind. At the end of the day, I don't think that she should be saying the things that she's still saying up until now. And I think that two of them have to come together to agree. And it feels like they have agreed, but one person is still going against the alignment. That's what is being shown. What legend? Did you watch the interview? Did you watch
it? If you watch the interview, you would have thought that they broke up.
Did you watch the interview? That's the thing. There is a lot of heartbreak and emotional thing going on there, and that is why I'm still saying that we should just let it be. You should let it be. But obviously, nobody's going to. Nobody will let it be done. But coming out to say we should support the woman, no. Don't do that. Like, I actually don't do that. There are two people in a relationship. You don't know whether the other person too is hurt. The other person too can be hurt because. From what me I shift, they were both invested, whether you people like it or not. So that's just my own. There's no hatred on my own part. My own part is a lot of things that I watched. I heard say we're cappings, but it's a lot of cappings. But I'm just going to let it be because I mean there's no big deal. She said what she said, and that's just it. We just have to. Africa, was this still a game? Everything else that you said on space, was this still a game? Then it's we that we are delving too deep in their relationship. So just I will pause on that one. But so anybody that is tapping here, just know that I'm here to just like I shift, that's really that I know what I shift. So you will not come up to paint a different reality that you don't have this other narrative you feel you want to project. So let's all be guided. Thanks.
One capping, just so everybody knows, she's the one capping. She's the one that granted multiple interview about this show.
It's in my turn to speak. Yeah. All right, thank you. One legend, I will admonish and advise you not to interrupt me. Please respect yourself just like I respect you. Thank you. I'll say this. I'm all out for behavioral pattern. And when I want to judge a person, a personality traits, even want to judge a person or a situation. In the case of Groovy and Phyna, there is a clear behavioral pattern, a personality traits that we can use to actually judge, maybe to an extent, maybe not 100% correct, or we can say we can use to predict what's actually happening outside the house. Remember, anything that happens in that house is not a game. Sometimes it's a reflection of who they are as a person and as an individual. Groovy has always been that person that we actually give you this outlook of, okay, you know what, I'm just calm, I'm not doing anything. Oh, it's ladies that are crazy. I'm not doing anything wrong. That's what Groovy portrayed in the house. We saw him act out that script a lot. Where at the end of the day, you see a certain lady, what legend, please, if you unmute your mic, you crumble, what legend? If you unmute your mic, you will crumble. I've told you, do not interrupt, please respect yourself. I'm not going to do that nonsense that you do with those ladies. Don't try with me. Don't fucking try with me. Are you normal? Thank you. So like I was saying, there's a person, if you look at Groovy's personality trait in the house, rap legend, if you interrupt me again, I will leave whatever I want to talk about, and I will drag you to field. Mute your mic, rap legend. Please don't be unfortunate this afternoon. Don't be unfortunate. Don't be unfortunate this afternoon. Respect yourself.
No, just so you know, those girls are
rap legend, don't be unfortunate this afternoon. Please have sense. Don't be unfortunate. Don't be unfortunate. You don't want you see. I can leave this topic and I'll face you squarely. Why can't you be sensible for once? You're in a general space. People are talking, having a conversation. You must see it around them. Your level of IQ doesn't tell you that you are not supposed to interrupt people when they're speaking. Can't you be sensible for once? If I thought your mental capacity is below average, at least manage the little you have.
No, I just wanted to know that,
You're stupid. Thank you. I just want to know you're stupid. Thank you. Just keep it. Just keep it moving. I keep notes. Thank you. When I'm done, you can speak. So, like I was saying, guys, if you look at Groovy's behavioral trait, like behavioral pattern in the house and his personality traits, he has always been that person that, when there's chaos, he will remain calm and think cool. And that was why someone actually told him, he said, you're a connie man. I don't want to mention anybody's name here, so that I can actually remove things. Someone in the house told him, he said, Groovy, you're a connie man. Why did that person make that statement? Because Groovy is that person that we had to see, he's cool, he's calm, it's just the other girl that's actually moving mad and misbehaving. Because nobody knows. He's like a vampire that's gonna suck your blood without showing his fangs. That's where your face. That's where it was in the house.
I agree.
We have so many instances in the house when Phyna was actually reacting to some things that Groovy did. And Groovy making it look like, he actually didn't do anything in the house. We have so many instances. Especially when it comes to the dynamics between Chomzy, Phyna, and Groovy. The fact that Phyna was even insecure to an extent, it has to do a lot with some things that Groovy was doing in that house.
Insecure about what? Like,
and that statement is big. What legend, please don't be unfortunate. Like, can't you be smart? What legend, please? What legend, is it possible for you to have sense? Is it possible for you to have sense? No, I know it is not possible. Can you just try to have sense? What legend can you just have sense? What legend can you just have sense? Please, you're in a general space. Stop disgracing your lineage.
Your generation.
Your forefathers are looking at you now. Your forefathers are looking at you, disgracing yourself. Please mute your mic.
I'll keep on interrupting you.
Co-host, if you can't remove this guy from interrupting me, I will leave your space.
Course, you have to fact check for people.
When you guys admit an animal into your space, where people are supposed to have conversations, how would you expect people to communicate?
Course, do you appreciate people spreading lies?
Do you mind removing him?
Okay, one legend. Can you allow him speak?
So, like I was saying, I said I'm all of a personality trait of certain individuals in the house. The fact that Phyna was actually feeling insecure about the whole Phyna Groovy Chomzy dynamics was because there were some certain things that Groovy did in that house that actually made Phyna to feel insecure. Some previous person saw it. They thought she was mad. That she was actually overreacting. Phyna also saw the same thing. And even he himself, even he led by him. Had to call him. Can you remove this guy? Because trust me, this guy can never have sense. Honestly, you guys are just giving me a doubt. You guys are just giving a bit doubt. You guys allow me to speak. Can you allow me to speak? 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 So, like I was saying, guys, at the end of the day, you guys will discover that this person exhibits some personality that even is led by you. There was an external factor in their relationship. Notice that this person, this Groovy, has interest with other ladies. Even Daniela noticed that they had this conversation with Groovy. While at that point in time, the supposed Groovy was actually with Phyna. Now this person exhibited all these traits while in the house. We all watched it. And that was why I discovered that most of the way Phyna is actually having this conversation, she really wants to know where she stands in that relationship with Groovy. If you're dating a man and it's given, okay, this man is actually neither here nor there, it's like this man actually hides for one other lady in the house. The lady in question in this case, we have to ask a series of questions. That means you're not giving that lady that 100% confidence. Okay, you know what? You're actually for her. And that was what Groovy portrayed in the house. We all saw that happen. And Groovy himself confirmed that he actually liked Chomzy. If not for everything, he would have settled for Chomzy. He just said it. And we saw that in the house. So, post-show, Groovy was still exhibiting the same traits. Most times, when people are dragging Phyna and Groovy, when people are saying about Phyna, Groovy had at any point in time put out any tweet. to say, oh, leave this girl alone, leave our relationship alone. Groovy at any point in time, mark my words, put out any tweet to that effect. It wasn't with Phyna trying to fight for that relationship, telling people to leave them alone. Since the guy said, oh, both Phyna and Groovy actually invested in that relationship, why didn't you come out to defend that same relationship that it was always Phyna? No, when?
You did that.
When? How?
You did that. I will send you a complete. One pleasure. Please, let me say this. If you watched, I'm so annoyed that my account is suspended. But if you watched when he left the house, okay, from the first interview before he got his phone, they talked to him about it, and they asked him who he was missing in the house. He specifically said he's missing his girl, and we should all vote for Phyna, right? The second interview we had after he got his phone was with Wazobia. They asked him that he left the house as her boyfriend. He said the same exact thing to Elo Sonam. He said the same exact thing on Beat FM. He said the same exact thing to Pulse Nigeria and every other interview that he had. And there is a whole, I will send it to you on Instagram. There's a whole highlight I made on my page about everything that he said as soon as he left the house, even when he got his phone. He said he fought for that. In fact, when Phyna left the house, anything should want to be objective here.
For that relationship, she was under immense pressure compared to what Groovy had to actually deal with. And if you ask me too, I don't really feel like Groovy was actually so much immersed into that whole relationship. The little time that we actually saw them on my screen, on my phone, it's always Phyna that's doing the whole recording and everything, doing the posting. It was Phyna and Groovy just chilling at the background. I did not see that effort coming from Groovy. I did not see it. You guys actually feel like, okay, from your end, you guys saw it, but for me, I didn't see it. And that's why I tell you, if you ask me, it's more of Groovy was not really into Phyna. It wasn't really into Phyna, and maybe it was just there for as long as it can, because he knows that at the end of the day, it's not going to work out. Let me just make do with what I can while I'm still with this person. That was what I saw, and that's why I will speak on that fact. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayakole. Thank you so much. Like, that doesn't mean that when they actually do something that's not nice or nasty, I will support. I know they support you. I love you so much. The highest I will do is when I come on Twitter and say that, oh, they are dragging you for something you did that you were not supposed to do and all of that. I will not even say, I will not comment. I will not I will not even give my 1 cent or 2 cents or anything. I'll just leave it. Do you get? But in this situation, I came on Twitter and I saw the clip and all of those things. If you didn't watch that interview, you will feel like that's the only question Phyna was asked. For God's sake, she was asked a whole lot of questions. And she said a whole lot of things, a whole lot of positive things about herself, her brand, her business, how life has been treating her. It was her decision to answer that question. Me, for one, I would have felt like, oh, maybe she won't have answered this question. She would have just said no comments about it. Because on Toke Makinwa's interview, when Toke asked her about Groovy, she said, who is Groovy? They never dated. According to her, she said they never dated. So I just felt like this interview, she won't have answered the question at all. They've already done reunion, and the reunion is yet to air. We've not seen, we don't know what has happened, we don't know what was said. It might be another, case of Lequarose and Emmanuel. We don't know yet. Everybody's just speculating. Reunion is done and dusted, and for God's sake, she just had her birthday party where she invited all of the housemates, and some of the housemates that attended that birthday party are housemates that we never thought would be together in the same space with Phyna. A lot of us felt like, okay, Brian and Phyna, they fell off. They're not cool anymore because he's, friends with Beauty. I, for once, didn't believe that Modella or Doyin would come for that birthday party. Not even Amaka. I was shocked when I saw them. And I felt like, okay, you know what? Reunion is done and dusted. Everybody, they've aired their grievances. Everybody, they've said their piece. Everybody, they've said their mind. They've quarreled, they've reconciled. Her birthday party has made us know that, okay, you know what? The game is the game. What happened on the show ends on the show. peace. Even Groovy, nobody expected was going to show up. He showed up for her. That goes to show that whatever happened in that relationship is done and dusted. They've decided to, quit the relationship in peace. Everybody day your day. I just felt that this interview today, that was aired today, it was unnecessary. But as a Phy Nation, if you're a Phy Nation here and you're among those that actually brought that video, that clip from the interview to Twitter and start rejoicing because you felt like, oh, this abomination ship shouldn't have happened in the first place, God will judge you. You will crumble. You will crumble. The fact that Phy Nations are not even hyping other parts of her interview, that she talked about a lot of positive things about herself. But they were the one that brought out that clip. Dragging, I don't even know what you guys are dragging. I don't even know what you guys are on about. She said what she said. It might not be cool to a lot of people. It might be cool to some people. But she said what she said. She said her piece. We women were emotional. Do you get? You don't tell people how to react. She felt like, okay, she needs to say it. Maybe because of its Toke Makiwa show, or because back then they've not even spoken, or maybe she has not gotten, what do you call it? I've forgotten the word to use. She has not gotten closure from maybe whatever had transpired in their relationship, because we didn't get to see these people 247. We didn't know what was going on in that relationship. We didn't know if there was a relationship, if both of them were acting for the camera. Do you get? But we know what we saw in the house. We that watched the show, we knew that Groovy was not actually into this girl in the house. So this whole issue of the Phyna shouldn't say this, Phyna shouldn't say this, and the fact that all of this while, Groovy didn't say anything, especially when they dragged her, that there was a time they were speculating that Phyna slapped Groovy. We don't know if that is true till date. Phyna slapped Groovy, Phyna did that, Phyna did. They dragged her, they called her different names. His sisters came on Twitter to tweet and drag her, his family members and all of those things. Groovy never said a word in her defense to say, oh, such a thing never happened. I take domestic abuse seriously. Like, take that tag away from her, even though both of you are no longer dating, but for the fact that you both had something. He didn't say anything. I'm shocked that this interview was reviewed today and he came out to say, oh, after begging for friendship, you came tomorrow, you say Groovy is not genuine. Haba. You were the one that dragged this girl from her bed in the house. We were trying to
defame his character. She has been trying to defame his character. He has to respond.
No. I'm not going to agree to the fact that she's trying to defend her. She said her piece. She said her piece. Do you understand? There's a lot of emotions going on. You don't tell people how to react to issues. Definitely, there's a lot that went on. There's a lot that needs to be said. Maybe
I thought you broke up and said, why is this issue still going on?
That's none of your business. Go and ask her. That's none of your business. That's not what I'm doing. Stop interrupting me, please. So as I was saying, as a Phy Nation, please, if you're here, continue to hype the positive sides of Phyna. You love her. We love her regardless of her flaws. Whatever she's doing, if she says something that is not supposed to be said, we are all human beings, for God's sake. There is no way we are going to control these people. We do not know what is going on. Okay, look at here. Yesterday, something came out about Chomsy and all of those things. People have said what they said, and today it looks as if everybody has even forgotten such a thing happened. So why is this whole Phyna's interview still lingering? Is it because she won the show against all odds? Or because, she had something with Groovy and people disapproved because he was having something with somebody else and he wanted to have something with Chomsy? The Chomsy self, that's it. Anyway. That's all I had to say. You people should please leave Phyna alone. She said what she said. Just, if you can hear this, she should stop. Those that are close to her, Phy Nation VVIP, they should just tell her she should stop granting any interview that has to do with Groovy. They talk and result. So that's that. She should